John, it's been 2 weeks since the disappointment last time down here. What are your thoughts on today, please?
We've been waiting for this game to come around. We really have. We've worked really hard, trained hard, got some stuff done as well, got some technical things into them, and we've had a really productive 2 weeks. You never know what you get though, and it's game day, and now it's time for our boys to convert the training and the attitude that they've had. Then it's time for them now to convert and correct some of the things that we did wrong in a couple of weeks ago.
Is it a point to prove for some of these players today?
I think every time you walk out onto a field there's a point to prove. If it's not to yourself, then it's to the opposite number. So I'm a big believer in that, and I think today we've got some rights, we've got some wrongs that we need to correct, we've got some things that as individuals we need to get better at, and as a collective we need to improve as well. And today we've got an opportunity. It's a new competition. We're really excited about it. We're looking forward to this fresh start, and we're looking forward to this challenge.
Can you give us any team news for today's match?
We've got some young blokes playing. We're going to give an opportunity to young Kyron Johnson and to the kids trained extremely well. Kyron Johnson this last 2 weeks he's taken everything in his stride. Got a couple of injuries out with our wingers in Blackmore and Hitchcock, so we're giving the young fella a chance. Up front, going to give Brad Knowles an opportunity. He's a tough young kid. I'm hearing lots of good things about him. Again, I've seen him train, and he's very aggressive in training for such a young bloke. So hopefully these people are going to bring energy to the team. So we're going to start up with Bussy as well, see how Bussy goes front rower. He's got plenty of punch. Again, he's aggressive. I need to see a tougher edge to this team. We've spoke about it. The selection's an aggressive selection as well, so we'll see how it pans out.
Last time out against Whitehaven, their half-backs Dion Knight and Grant Gore caused us a lot of problems. Have you got a plan in place for them today?
They're only a threat if you've got good field position and if they're playing on the front foot. I thought their forwards were better than ours last time out, and I thought that gave them the platform to play with time and space. We don't intend to do that this week. We don't intend for their forwards to have such an easy ride, and off the back of that we don't expect Gore or Air to be as effective as what they were last time.
John, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Big Fella Stadium here in Featherstone for today's Kingston Press Championship match between Featherstone Rovers and Whitehaven. Fortnight to go, Whitehaven came down here in the last game of the regular season and inflicted Rovers' first nil defeat down here since 1987. Rovers looking to make amends today. Quick rundown of the team news for you, starting with the Whitehaven team. At full-back is number 21, Chris Taylor. In the three quarters, number 5, Jordan Burns. 26, Greg Wild. Number 28 is Ed Chamberlain. And number 2 is Craig Calvert. In the half-backs, as you were last time out for Whitehaven, caused so many problems for Rovers. Number 25 is Dion Knight, and number 15 is Grant Gore. In the front row for Whitehaven, number 24 is Ted Chapelhow, and number 8 is Ben Davies, and in between those two is number 14, Thomas Coyle. In the second row, number 4 is Scott McAvoy, and number 13 is Tyler Heppy, and the loose forward is number 23, Sam Brooks. On the bench for Whitehaven is number 18, Stephen Fotts, 22, Curtis Quinn, number 9 is James Newton, and number 29 is Theboy Angele. Changes for Rovers from last time out, and quite a few of them, a lot due to injury. Rovers start off at full-back is number 1 is Ian Hartman. Injuries in the three quarters. See a couple of changes there. Kyron Johnson comes in. He'll take his place on the wing wearing number 26. And his opposite wing is number 2, Will Sharp. In between those two in the centres is number 6, Paul Sykes, moving back from standoff. And also moving back from second row to centre is number 19, Alex Foster. In the half-backs for Rovers, number 36, Paul Cook. And returning for Rovers is number 7, Gareth Moore. In the front row for Rovers, number 8 is Jordan Baldwinson, and number 10 is Jack Bussey. In between those two is number 9, Andy Ellis. In the second row is number 18, Jamie Cording. And number 39, impressive debut last time out, keeps his place is Steve Snitch. And the loose forward is number 13, Tim Spears. On the bench for Rovers today is number 17, Matt James. Number 23, the rotating hooker, is Luke Teasdale. Number 27 is Jack Ormondroyd. And wearing number 40 on his first team debut for Rovers is Bradley Tagg. And today's match referee is Chris Kendall. No co-commentator today, so he's stuck with my dulcet tones all afternoon. Just awaiting the arrival of the teams. In fact, here come Whitehaven now in the purple strip. They'll be looking to back up from that fantastic result they had down here a couple of weeks ago. Rovers looking to put things right straight away in the Championship Shield. Whitehaven look to be setting up as if they're going to receive the ball first. And here come now your very own Featherstone Rovers. Led out by captain Tim Spears. A number of changes from Rovers since the Whitehaven match a fortnight ago. Some forced by injury. It is going to be Whitehaven who see the ball first. Have first use of the ball, playing towards the new stand. Towards the railway end as you look right to left on the DVD. It's a Championship Shield in the Kingston Press Championship. It's Featherstone Rovers against Whitehaven. And there is the kick-off. And Whitehaven bringing that ball in. So Whitehaven looking to make good use of these early sets. It's Ben Davies in possession. That's a good break from McAvoy. Looks to offload, but cut down by Rovers. It was Tim Spears with the tackle. And Whitehaven now almost up to halfway with Sam Brooks. And here's Whitehaven again now. It's Sam Brookson again, just inside the Rovers 40. And there's the kick. It's from Grant Gore. It's a high kick though, it's well taken by Sharp, who passes inside to Hardman. Hardman then across his own line. And offloads out to Paul Sykes. Moves that ball into Kyron Johnson. Johnson, that's a good mini break and an offload. An offload to Will Sharp. Gets Rovers just short of halfway. And here's Snitch now. Hardman from acting half finds more, shows it twice. Takes on that line himself. Ellis waits. Here's Spears. Cook out the back door to Hardman. Hardman out wide. Johnson just not able to take the pass though. It's put down and it's knocked on the Whitehaven 10. And it'll be a scrum down head and feet to Whitehaven. So Whitehaven getting the early, Rovers getting the early possession, forcing the field position. But unfortunately not able to capitalise. And the chance goes. Dion Nathan will feed this scrum. And it's out to the back door now. And here at Whitehaven, it's Greg Wild with the first drive. Whitehaven then looking to work out from their own 20, picking up where they left off a fortnight ago. That's a good break, but better defence from Rovers though. Cording and Baldwinson in that tackle. Dion moves it out wide to Brooks. Newton moves that ball on. It looks like Newton started instead of Thomas Coyle. Thomas Coyle is the starting hooker on the team sheet, but it looks like Newton started instead. There's a high kick from Grant Gore. Easy as pie for Will Sharp, who again moves it into Ian Hardman. Sharp not returning the ball so far this afternoon. Here's Kyron Johnston now. Will Sharp in acting halfback. Will take a scoot. Makes 10 metres. Here's Bussey now. Looks for the offload, finds it to Ellis, to Ian Hardman. Hardman with a break. A penalty though for Whitehaven for crossing. Is it? Yeah, penalty for Whitehaven. I think they're for crossing. Tim Spears, so the referee there explaining, yes it is crossing. Tim Spears, the referee there explaining the decision to Tim Spears. So Whitehaven going to get an opportunity now on the Rovers line to post some early points. And here is the first drive then from Ted Chapelhow. Newton waits, he'll move the ball out to the right, through the hands of Gore, to McAvoy. Gore again, finds Dion I, through the hands it goes, to Chris Taylor. Newton to Brooks. Brooks going nowhere. Rovers able to wrap him up there. That's good defence from Rovers. Here's Dionai again though. To Grant Gore. Gore finds a hole. Whitehaven have the first points of the afternoon. The try is given and Whitehaven picking up where they left off. It was a simple play. Dionai finding Grant Gore. Grant Gore putting Ted Chapelhow through a massive hole in that Rovers defence. Able to ground the ball. So first blood for Whitehaven. After 5 minutes, it's Featherstone Rovers 0. It's Whitehaven 4. And not the start that Rovers will have wanted. And the conversion will be in front of the posts. And it'll be Ed Chamberlain. So a disappointing start for Rovers then. Whitehaven's first real attack on the back of a penalty. And Rovers, the try is converted by Chamberlain, so first blood for Whitehaven. It's Rovers 0, Whitehaven 6. Is that the wake-up call Rovers need, or is that going to just give Whitehaven more confidence? It's going to be Paul Sykes to restart this match. And here is that kick-off now. It's a good kick-off, it bounces awkwardly, but just stays, Whitehaven just able to keep it in the field. And here are Whitehaven now then. Bringing it out from their own 20 off the back of that try. Better defence from Rovers though, Andy Ellis in the tackle there. That was a try scorer, Ted Chapelhow bringing the ball in. Plays the ball to Newton, the ball through the hands, here's A. Moves it out wide, but there's a mistake from Whitehaven. The ball put to ground by Chris Taylor. Whitehaven then committing the cardinal sin, not completing the first set after a try. Gifting Rovers a chance on their own 30-metre line, on the Whitehaven 30-metre line, sorry, to get some possession back and to try and get a try back straight away. Here's Moore now to Ian Hardman. Hardman through the hands he goes to Alex Foster. Foster in the centres today. Will Sharp. Moore again. Finds Baldwinson. Moore to Cook. Out the back door to Hardman to Sykes. Got Johnson! That is fantastic defence from Whitehaven. It was Ed Chamberlain, it was. Kyron Johnson looked for all the world, he was over in the corner. But fantastic defence it was from Ed Chamberlain just to force Johnson into touch. The chance has gone, but Rovers showing there what they are capable of when they are given the opportunity near the line. But Johnson just not able to get over. Great opportunity for Rovers then. What they do now is, yes, okay, the try's not been scored. They've got Whitehaven where they want them. Keep the discipline. Keep Whitehaven down here in the chance. Another chance will come. And there is that first drive. And here are Whitehaven now looking to work out. That could have been an obstruction. Snitch in the defensive line there for Rovers. That's a good job. Jack Bussey there at the tackle, along with Tim Spears. And here are Whitehaven now to try and score a Ted Chapelhow. Bussey involved a lot early at this moment. A loose pass going to not really going to anybody. So Chamberlain has to pick up, and that's better from Rovers. Whitehaven are barely up to their own 30. And it's going to be through the hands to Grant Gore. Gore's going to kick long. That's a fantastic kick from Gore. Ian Hardman able to take it, and here's the return. Shows it to Kyron Johnson, but takes on the line himself. So a great defensive set for Rovers, but a good kick on the back of it. Johnson finds Will Sharp now. Here's Steve Snitch. Rovers just short of halfway. It's Tim Spears. Whitehaven pulled for offside. The referee did actually shout at the defensive line. He shouted at the Whitehaven player, "You're offside, don't get involved." He got involved in the tackle, so conceding the penalty. And Rovers are once again on the Whitehaven 30. It's Gareth Moore now. Finds Baldwinson. Rovers 25 metres out, centre field, Ellis. Bussey waits, attacking halfback, and move it left to Moore. Moore takes on the line. That's good defence though from Whitehaven. Cook takes on the line himself, Paul Cook, dancing through that line. That's good play from Paul Cook. Gets Rovers 5 metres away. Ellis with a dab for the corner. What's the decision here? I think Whitehaven have knocked on behind their own line. Yes, they have. Right, Whitehaven, sorry, doesn't knocked on just inside the field of play. So it is going to be a scrum on the 10 to Rovers. Piling the pressure on, looking to get the first points against Whitehaven. At home, Alex Foster spins away from two. That's great run from Foster. Plays the ball to Ellis. Here's Tim Spears now. Ellis again. Comes down the short side. Cook inside. I thought he'd given it to Hardman. He held on, did Paul Cook. Ellis again now though. Moore. Moves it on to Jack Bussey. Finds Moore again. Moore to Snitch. Alex Foster! That's what Rovers are capable of doing. Superb play through the hands. Moving it from right to left. Through the hands of Small. Found Snitch. Snitch moved it out wide to Alex Foster, having drawn the winger in. And Rovers, Alex Foster with acres of room to get over. Rovers have the perfect response with 14 minutes gone. It's Featherstone Rovers 4, Whitehaven 6. It's going to be Paul Sykes kicking the goals for Rovers this afternoon. And here is the conversion then from Paul Sykes. It's unsuccessful. So Whitehaven hold the narrowest of leads. It's Featherstone Rovers 4, Whitehaven 6, but Rovers with the first points of the day. We'll be looking to build on this now. And it'll be Whitehaven then kicking off. And there is the kick-off. It's a short, low kick-off, should I say. Here goes Jack Bussey. And Baldwinson now. Moore moves the ball out to Snitch again. Had a very impressive debut a fortnight ago, Steve Snitch. Here's Moore again, moves it out wide to Foster again. Moore. Drop off pass there to Tim Spears, almost away. Rovers into the Whitehaven 40. Ellis now finds Moore again. Moore with a good kick. It's a kick for Rovers to challenge. Is it off Tim Spears? Off Will Sharp, sorry, it is. The ball went forward off Will Sharp. Foster touched it down for a second time this afternoon, but the referee judging that Alex Foster, that Will Sharp, sorry, had knocked it forward. And here's Craig Calvert now. Dionai through the hands to Sam Brooks. He's lost that ball, but there's a penalty. Referee saying the ball not stolen after it shouted hold. So it's a relieving penalty for Whitehaven. Here's Davies. Newton waits. Dionai again. That's better from Whitehaven. That's good. It's Chris Taylor. Newton finds Dionai again. A with a drop-off pass to Ben Davies. Whitehaven just shy of the Rovers 20 with Dionai. Moves, switches direction back to Newton. Newton with a drop-off pass to Sam Brooks, but referee saying that, allowing that to go forward. Here's Dionai again. And in the end is wrapped up by Paul Cook. Davies moves the ball on to Gore. Gore out the back to Scott. Scott moves that ball out wide to Greg Wild, but that's a great tackle by Gareth Moore. Here's Gore again, he puts a kick through. That's a great kick, causing so many problems for Rovers. But a penalty for Rovers for offside. So a relieving penalty for Rovers. Here's Cording now. That's a good run from Cording. Baldwinson slips. Here's Bussey. Bussey takes on the line. A half break from Bussey, but well cut down in the end. Ellis spins away. Moore finds Baldwinson. Here's the last tackle, says the referee. Rovers on the 30. Cook with a dab through for the corner. Oh, it's missed! It was missed by Craig Calvert. What looked to be a simple take for Calvert, he couldn't take, and in the end, a dropout has been forced. So here's the dropout. Taken well by Moore. Finds Jordan Baldwinson. So good run from Baldwinson, and Rovers are starting just outside the Haven 30 now. Here's Bussey. Gets Rovers into that 30. Cook. Moore. To Hardman. Hardman to Foster. Cuts inside. Alex Foster takes that tackle. Will Sharp now finds Steve Snitch. Snitch looking to spin away. Baldwinson drops the pass off to Moore. Moore to Cook. Cook to Cording. But good defence from DNA. That's the last tackle. Here's Cook attached in half. Cook, is he taking it himself? That's poor from Paul Cook. Not the right option at all there from Paul Cook. Rovers pressuring that Whitehaven line. Paul Cook tried to take it on, couldn't get the pass away, and it's forced a turnover, and it's a relieving turnover for Whitehaven when Rovers were looking dangerous. Gore, through the hands it goes. Here at Whitehaven then, Ben Davies. Sam Brooks, that's a good run, gets Haven up to the 40. Newton to Dione. Grant Gore with a drop-off pass inside. Newton again. Gore with a kick over the top. That's a good kick, but it's bounced kindly for Ian Hardman. Plenty room to run into, takes on that line. But good defence it was. Ted Chapelhow in the tackle. Johnson. Here's Will Sharp now. Ellis tries to spin away again from acting half. Here's Gareth Moore now. Tim Spears gets Rovers up to the Whitehaven 40. There's the last tackle. Gonna be Moore. Puts that ball in the air. Bounced awfully. Foster. That is outstanding play from the Whitehaven defender. Doesn't like the tackle from Moore. And there's something going on. Referee just has a quiet word with both. But superb play, superb defence from Whitehaven. And now Rovers looking to pin Whitehaven back. Keep your discipline, the fans are lifted. Dionne, through the hands it goes. Thibault Angela is on for Whitehaven now. Here's Sam Brooks. Rovers swarming around Whitehaven at the minute, not allowing them the time. Hey, through the hands of Gore it goes. Here's Sam Brooks again. That's a great defensive set for Rovers. Whitehaven still in their own 40, forcing Whitehaven to kick from deep. Here's Ian Hardman then, finds Will Sharp. Sharp back to Hardman. That's clever play, Hardman still going. That's superb from Rovers. Ian Hardman and Will Sharp intertwining superbly. Here's Will Sharp now. As Jab Bussey comes off and Matt James comes on. And there's a penalty for Rovers, a 2-on-1 steal. So Matt James is on for Rovers. A great stint from Jack Bussey. And Rovers have a penalty on halfway. Foster finds Steve Stitch. Ellis, here's Matt James, that's a great run. Matt James, what an introduction. 8 metres out, Ellis goes short, Moore misses out, Snitcher. Rovers have lost the ball. What's the call going to be? Pulled out by Whitehaven in the act of scoring Rovers. So that's great, but it's a 2-on-1 steal. As Rovers were scoring, so another penalty. And here goes Matt James again. The opportunity set up by a barnstorming run from James. Here's Moore now to Cook. Cook steps inside one, is still going. Rovers 3 metres short. Ellis drops it off to Baldwinson. Here's Moore now. Moore to Hardman. Hardman to Sykes. That's good defence. Here's Moore, sees a gap and goes for it. Finds Baldwinson! It's Jordan Baldwinson! And I'll tell you something, folks. That is his first try of the season for Jordan Baldwinson. It was a superb drop-off pass from Gareth Moore. And it's the first game of the Super 8s. It's first try of the season. And Jordan Baldwinson showing the strength to get over. And with 26 minutes on the clock. Rovers hit the front. Featherstone Rovers 8. Whitehaven 6. And so Paul Sykes with another conversion attempt, aiming to get Rovers hitting double figures. So here's Paul Sykes then. Sykes conversion. It's hit the post. So Paul Sykes today has not brought his kicking boots, but Rovers are in front. It's Featherstone Rovers 8, Whitehaven 6. And there is the kick-off from Whitehaven. Taken well by Paul Cook. And here's the try scorer, Jordan Baldwinson. Believe it or not, folks, that is Baldwinson's first try of the season. Not scored in any of the 23 regular rounds. And here's Matt James now. Moore finds Hardman. Hardman fosters away. Foster outside pass to Spears. Rovers with more confidence in the play, it has to be said. What's the call going to be here? It's gone for Rovers. The head and feet has gone to Rovers at this scrum. I think it was actually kicked at the Whitehaven player who dropped on the ball but actually couldn't control it. So Rovers with the tails up with 10 minutes left to half time. Just 10.5 minutes left on the stadium clock. Featherstone Rovers 8, Whitehaven 6. Sam Brooks has come off for Whitehaven. He's been outstanding for them. I didn't see who's come on. But here's Paul Sykes now. Jordan Baldwinson is going to be withdrawn after his try. And Jack Ormondroyd comes on. So Rovers with the front row now of Bussey and Ormondroyd. Here is Ormondroyd. Spears, Cook, some more. Moore takes on the line, Gareth Moore! That's outstanding! Absolutely outstanding from Rovers. Two tries in 3 minutes. Gareth Moore and Paul Cook interchanging superbly. The pass from Cook finding Moore. Moore showed the ball out wide. And the hole opened up for Gareth Moore to go through. This is more like what the fans wanted to see. Paul Sykes has still got the kicking responsibilities at the moment. 0 from 2 this afternoon. We haven't seen the flags go up yet for him. He's about 2 metres in from touch over on that left-hand side. His first effort from that side went across the face of the goal. And then his second, the conversion attempt for the Baldwinson try hitting the upright. Here we go again. This time the flags go up, no mistake there from Paul Sykes.
Successful conversion there for Rovers by number 6, sponsored by K Solutions, Paul Sykes. That takes the score to Featherstone Rovers 14, Whitehaven 6.
And so, Featherstone Rovers stretch the lead out to 8 points. It's Featherstone Rovers 14, Whitehaven 6. And there's the kick-off. Taken by Cook, who finds Jack Ormondroyd with 20 metres thrown into. That's a good return from Jack Ormondroyd. Ellis to Matt James now. This is better from Rovers, running the ball in with more urgency. And Tim Spears now takes on the line. Rovers are up to halfway in 3 tackles. That's outstanding. Hardman now finds Steve Snitch. Offloads to Hardman to Moore. Moore finds Ormondroyd, sorry. Moore again. Cook. The dink over the top. For Kyron Johnson to chase. That's superb. A great effort there from Kyron Johnson. Chris Taylor came across. Chris Taylor came across to take the ball, but wasn't able to do so. Trout's in goal, so it's going to be a dropout. The second dropout of the afternoon from Rovers. From Whitehaven, sorry. There it is, it lands in the feet of Paul Cook. He'll find Jack Ormondroyd. Ormondroyd runs straight at Tyler Heppy. Here's Matt James now. Ellis, Ormondroyd, finds Spears. Rovers need to get back to moving the ball around like they have done a few minutes ago. This is better. Moore finds Snitch. Rovers up to the Whitehaven 10. 10 metres in from touch. Here's Moore again. Shows it twice, finds Cook. Cook to Sykes. Johnson able to pick that up superbly. The pass went forward though from Sykes. Rovers maybe forcing the pass a bit there. Paul Sykes saw that Rovers had the overlap. And a blind pass it was, so. Two of the old heads in the Rovers side in conversation there, Paul Sykes and Paul Cook. Rovers need a good defensive set here now. Pin Whitehaven back, no penalties. Through the hands of Gore it goes. And here's McAvoy. And it's Ted Chapelhow now. Through the hands it goes, working the ball out wide. Whitehaven, that's good play. An inside pass, but Chris Taylor not able to take it. It's picked up for Rovers by Gareth Moore, who plays the ball to Sharp, and here's Steve Stitch now. But Whitehaven showing they're still a threat. Hardman. Change for Rovers, sees Tim Spears withdrawn. And making his first team debut for Rovers is Bradley Tagg. And there's that first run. Been getting rave reviews from the reserves as Bradley Tagg. Matt James spins away from one from the pass from Andy Ellis. Moore with a dink over the top. Oh, what a bounce! That is outstanding! And it's Will Sharp. An outstanding kick from Gareth Moore. The bat spin on that kick was immense. Whitehaven defence hanging back, thinking it was going to drop into their hands. The bounce back on that ball was superb. Straight into the hands of Will Sharp. And Will Sharp able to put the ball down under the sticks. And with 5 minutes left of the first half, Rovers stretch the lead out further. Featherstone Rovers 18, Whitehaven 6. So Paul Sykes then with the conversion under the sticks. Conversion is successful, so Rovers stretch the lead out further with 4 minutes left on the clock. In their first half, it's Featherstone Rovers 20, Whitehaven 6. There's a kick-off then taken by Gareth Moore, who moves that ball inside to Matt James. Matt James with a great run. Almost away, but Grant Gore just able to hold on. Here's Ellis. Ellis has to take that tackle. Will Sharp there with his 10th try of the season, as Matt James now finds Ian Hardman. Hardman almost away, but not quite, but gets Rovers up to the 40. There's a kick for the corner. Again an awful bounce. It's Jamie Cording. Rovers at the moment are kicking Whitehaven to death. And Jamie Cording, with 2 minutes left on the clock at the end of the first half, goes over for his 8th try of the season for Rovers. It was a beautiful kick again on this right hand side. The kicking game for Rovers is having such a big effect. The bounce on the ball again deceiving the Whitehaven defence. Bouncing straight into the hands of Cording, who was able to kick it through. And Rovers are over again under the sticks. And with 2 minutes left on the clock, here's Paul Sykes to convert again from underneath the sticks. This shouldn't be a problem. And indeed it is, and the flags go up. And it's Featherstone Rovers 26, Whitehaven 6. And there's a kick-off again. Taken well by Cook, who steps away from one. Ellis finds Ormondroyd. And Rovers moving the ball out wide again superbly. Here's Foster, he's been outstanding on that left-hand centre position. Will Sharp now, Steve Snitch takes that tackle. Rovers 35 metres out, centre field. Moore finds Cook again, Cook to Hardman. Hardman steps inside, looking for support, but has to take the tackle. Moore kicks through. This time it is taken by Whitehaven. And Whitehaven now looking to return that ball, clear the lines. Coming up to half time. The ball's coughed up though, it's Cording on the free play. Sykes to Gareth Moore. Gareth Moore is over for his 2nd try of the afternoon. And Rovers have run riot in this last 10-15 minutes of the first half. It was a knock-on from Whitehaven on the free play. Cook picked the ball up. The ball worked out to that right-hand side through the hands of Hardman to Gareth Moore. Gareth Moore backed himself on that wing with a clear run for the line, able to put that ball down. And if Paul kicks this, it'll be his 7th. Paul Sykes Scottish kicks this. It'll be his 70th conversion for Rovers this season, or his 70th goal for Rovers this season. And here is the kick now from Paul Sykes. That is an absolute beauty. The flags go up from for Paul Sykes again. It started off so well for Whitehaven after 5 minutes with a try from Ted Chapelhow, converted by Chamberlain. But that's as good as you got. 10 minutes later, Alex Foster went over, which were for a try which wasn't converted. Followed by, on 26 minutes, Rovers stretched out the lead to by 2 points for Jordan Baldwinson with his first try of the season. Paul Sykes hitting the goal post with the conversion. You think maybe it's not going to be his day with the boot. But further tries, Gareth Moore with his first try of the day on 28 minutes, converted by Sykes. Then three tries in the last 5 minutes. Will Sharp went over after a great kick over the top, a horrible bounce, and it bounced straight into the hands of Will Sharp. Converted again by Sykes. Almost a carbon copy move, but on the opposite side of the field, allowed Jamie Cording over for his 8th try of the season, before Gareth Moore added his 2nd try right on half-time. Paul Sykes is 4 from 6. Rovers looking much better than they did last a fortnight ago. And at half-time here at the Big Fella Stadium in the Kingston Press Shield, it's Featherstone Rovers 32, Whitehaven 6. Welcome back to the second half here at the Big Fellas. Rovers with a comfortable lead at 32 points to 6, thanks to an outstanding spell of 5 tries in the last 15 minutes. Just need to pick up where they've left off. Rovers not let this drop off. Alex Foster's been superb in the first half. Paul Cook's been superb in the first half. So Rovers will be looking to maintain this great effort in the last quarter of that first half. There's the kick-off. Steve Snitch hasn't taken it. Rovers have come up with it, but it's a knock-on. What's the call? It's gone the way of Rovers. Gone the way of Rovers, so Rovers are going to get head and feed on this scrum on their own 30. I think the understanding between Paul Cook and Gareth Moore in the first half has been one of the keys to what was an excellent second quarter for Rovers. Here's Bradley Tagg on first team debut for Rovers. Been a lot of big reviews from him in the reserves, given a chance today due to the injuries, and here's Cording now. Ellis to Ormondroyd, gets Rovers over their own 40. Cook to Moore, Hardman. Rovers once again utilising that half-back partnership, working well together. Ellis finds Foster on the short side. Foster makes a good 5 metres for finally being held up on the 30. Here's the last tackle. Ellis points. And then from acting half, he'll find Gareth Moore. Moore with a crossfield kick. I think it's going to be too deep to cause... Well, as I say, it was too deep to cause trouble, but it was a difficult take for the Haven defender. D&I from acting half-back, and here come Whitehaven now. And they've got to work back from their own 10-metre line. Rovers' defensive line looks very quick this afternoon, very working hard. Through the hands it goes, and here are Whitehaven on this right-hand edge now. But good defence from Rovers, that was McAvoy. Through the hands of Gore it goes. And here's Thibaut Angele. Oh, that was a shocker. A shocking pass from Acting halfback. I mean, you can't blame Grant Gore there. The pass from Acting halfback was a shocker to him. Not able to take it, and on the last tackle, Whitehaven, instead of defending on the halfway or maybe 10 metres into the Rovers half, are defending in their own 20-metre area. So the Rovers have 6 tackles. Ellis. Here's Matt James, goes for a gap, gets Rovers 5 metres away now. Ellis finds more. It was Snitch again. Ellis to Cook. Cook out the back to Hardman. Hardman with a looper to Johnson. And Kyron Johnson deserves that. Kyron Johnson with his second try of the season. His first try of the season, sorry. Played at Catalans, did Kyron Johnson. But a great looping pass from Ian Hardman. Great work from Paul Cook to find Hardman in the first place. Hardman moving the ball out wide to Johnson. And Johnson able to get over in the corner for his first try for Rovers. And Rovers picking up where they left off. And with 5 minutes gone in the second half, it's Featherstone Rovers 36, Whitehaven 6. So Paul Sykes, who missed with his first 2 conversions this afternoon, since then he's kicked all 4, including one from a similar position on the opposite touchline in the first half. Who we're looking to add the extras now. Kicked 70 conversions, 70 goals for Rovers this year. (70 out of 100), so he's at 70% at the moment. There's the kick. That one again, though, is unsuccessful. So Featherstone Rovers 36, Whitehaven 6.
I'm just hoping that you did percentage. You're going to do percentage when it's at 201.
And so then Whitehaven restart the game. They kick centre field. Moore does well to take that on the 20. Whitehaven trying some variation on the kickoffs. Looking to cause Rovers problems but not able to do so. Here's Matt James now. Stephen Fox is on for Whitehaven. Here goes Snitch again. Runs straight at Chris Taylor and McAvoy. Hardman to Foster. Another player who's had a good first half. He dumps the ball back to Ellis. Here's Snitch again looking to spin away. Moore finds Cook. Rovers, that was Cording looking to offload, but Rovers either weren't alert to it or I don't know. But on the back of a mistake from an offload by the turnover possession, a penalty then conceded for a high tackle. Not what John Sharp will have wanted. Rovers not able to back up after the try And Whitehaven now will start 35 metres away. Here's Dion. Stephen Fox. Thomas Coyle is on for Whitehaven in the house. Here's I. Moves that ball on to Thibaut Angeli. Coyle finds I. I to Gore. Gore moves that ball out wide to Scott. Scott cuts inside. He's able to get around Ormondroyd. Still going is Chris Scott through a gap almost. And then loses possession, which Johnson will retrieve. But it's going to come back for the knock-on. It was a good run from Chris Taylor, to be fair, but just not able to hold on to the ball in the end. And possession turned over. It was a great break there, and here's Ian Hardman now. Luke Teasdale is on for Andy Ellis, who's having a breather. Matt James spins away from one. Teasdale again to Moore. Moore puts a reverse kick back in field. It's well taken though by Greg Wild. High from Maxine Harpat, moves that ball inside, but that's good defence from Rovers. Whitehaven have got McAvoy down in back play. Referee's either not seen him or said he's not interfering at the moment. Now he has seen him and the clock is stopped. Didn't see what happened to McAvoy that led to the injury. But the doctor has been called for, so the doctor's coming on. The physio and the doctor are both in discussion there. Looks like McAvoy won't be able to continue. This could be a concussion. It's a concussion interchange. So Whitehaven now have 15 minutes to assess Scott McAvoy. And if McAvoy is able to return in the next 15 minutes, the interchange won't count. If he isn't able to return, then the interchange itself will class as an interchange. So McAvoy in discussion with the doctor, and now here come Whitehaven again. McAvoy, in fact, is making his way down to the dressing room. Here's Dion, a forward pass though from Whitehaven. Bit of a mix up there from Stephen Fox and Thibaut Angeli. So it's going to be a scrum down head and feed for Rovers on the 40, on the Whitehaven 40. 11 minutes into the second half, just the one try in the second half. Kyron Johnson over in the right hand corner for his first try for Rovers. No conversion from Paul Sykes. So Rovers with a 36 points to 6 lead at the moment. Paul Sykes now finds Johnson again. Johnson's away down the wing, is he? Superbly to stay in the field of play. Here's Cording. Teasdale now finds Cook. Shows it twice, finds Matt James. That is outstanding. Matt James is over for Rovers. For his third try of the year.
Number 17, Matt James.
The third try of the season for Matt James. It was simple though. Teasdale from acting halfback, moving the ball out to the left to Paul Cook. Paul Cook with a drop-off pass to Matt James, who had a stroll in. Just to the left of the uprights. This shouldn't be a problem for Paul Sykes, although I did say that about one in the first half, which hit the upright. But Rovers hit 40. Featherstone Rovers 40. Whitehaven 6. And here's the conversion for Sykes. There's no trouble with that one.
Successful conversion there for Rovers by number 6, sponsored by King Solutions, Paul Sykes.
So Paul Sykes with his fifth successful. Paul Sykes with his fifth successful conversion of the afternoon. To that Matt James try. The kick-off there taken by Ian Hardman. And Rovers have brought back on Jordan Baldwinson. And Matt James, the try scorer, is the one who's come off. And there's a penalty for holding down. Oh dear, it's starting up a bit there. It's Chris Taylor for Whitehaven getting involved, having a word with the officials. Not happy with that decision at all. But there is a penalty for holding now, which Gareth Moore takes. And Rovers are going to restart on the 40. Foster takes that tap to Steve Snitch. And Rovers on halfway now. Teasdale finds Ormondroyd. Here's Baldwinson now. Pass to Moore, Moore to Cook, Cook to Hardman. Rovers moving that ball around superbly at times. Can see the confidence in the play at the moment. Here's Jamie Cording. That's the fourth tackle, says the referee. Here's Tag. Just Cook. Moore tries to get the ball away. But Whitehaven are going to be over, are they? Can Will Sharp catch him? No, they can't. It's Grant Gore. It's Grant Gore who caused Rovers so many problems a fortnight ago. The pass from Gareth Moore going to ground, and Grant Gore picking up and going the length fully 50-60 metres. Just to the right of the uprights. Will Sharp chased him down but just couldn't quite get there. So Whitehaven hit back. Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 10. Chamberlain is going to convert this one, I would have thought. And does so.
Successful conversion there by number 28, Ed Chamberlain. That takes the score to Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 12.
So that's Rovers 42, Whitehaven 12. Coming up to the last quarter then here at the big fellas. Rovers with a 42-12 lead, a comfortable lead at the moment, although they will be disappointed with the way that try was conceded. forcing the pass, the confidence in the team, especially from Gareth Moore on that occasion. Didn't work out on that occasion, and there's the kick-off. I think that's out on the full, yes it is. So Paul Sykes kick off there out on the full and a penalty conceded on halfway. Not what Rovers will have wanted. And so the penalty is taken by Thomas Coyle. Gets Whitehaven 24 metres from the Rovers line. They'll be looking for 2 quick scores now. Here's Dionne. Here's Ben Davies now. Coyle goes left through A again. Rovers dropping off the tackles. Sam Brooks almost over. Sorry, Tyler Heppy it was, sorry. Here's A now. Gore. Taylor. Well wrapped up on that occasion. Burns waits, attacked in half-back. Through the hands of Gore it goes. That's better defence though. Ted Chapelhow wrapped up superbly. Coyle. Gore to A. That ball's worked out wide. And I'll tell you something. If Craig Calvert could have taken that pass, he had a walk into the line. The pass maybe just over the head of Calvert though. And Calvert not able to take it. The pass finding touch, so let's off there for Rovers. But that try from Whitehaven seems to have lifted them a little bit at the moment and brought back a bit of confidence in their play. Rovers just need to be careful, just they're still in control at the moment. So Teesdale from the base of that scrum then finds Paul Sykes. Plays the ball to Moore. Here's Steve Snitch. Snitch with an offload to Baldwinson. Ormondroyd. Moore is going to kick from deep. He's gone for the 40-20, you know. That is superb from Gareth Moore. That is absolutely superb from Gareth Moore. It was fully 5 metres inside his 40. Never mind close to the line. And getting the kick 8 metres from the Whitehaven line. That is absolutely fantastic. And Rovers, through a simple kick from Moore, a 40-20, turning defence into attack. And a chance to hit straight back from Whitehaven for Rovers. So that Whitehaven try. We're moving to the last quarter. Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 12. A victory today and Rovers will be in the semi-finals. Moore takes that pass on the bounce, then takes the tackle. Teesdale sees a gap. I thought for a minute he was through the gap. Cook to Cording. Cording goes himself. Here's Ormondroyd now. Teesdale finds Cook. Cook to Moore, steps inside one. Finds Steve Snitch. Here's that last tackle. There's the kick. Ooh! Couple of swipes at it from Whitehaven. Didn't connect. And in fact, the penalty had been given, saying that Rovers were offside. So this will be a relieving penalty for Whitehaven. And they will start on their own 30 now. And here is that first drive. Whitehaven then just short of halfway. Newton. That's a great run from Newton from acting halfback. We're going to see the return of Jack Bussey in a moment. The ball's worked too on that left-hand side for Whitehaven. Newton down that short side. That's poor from Whitehaven though. Great defence from Rovers on the last. You fancy Whitehaven may have had better options. Coming inside. Maybe a kick towards the opposite corner may have caused problems. And Jack Ormondroyd is withdrawn and Jack Bussey returns. Here's Baldwinston now though. Bussey. That's a good first drive from Bussey. Plays the ball to Teasdale. Here's Moore again from inside the 40. That one isn't going to find touch. It's taken on surely by Greg Wild. And Steve Snitch is withdrawn. And Tim Spears comes back on, and Steve Snitch has been absolutely outstanding again for Rovers. Sorry, it's Bradley Taggart withdrawn. Sorry, my apologies. A great debut for Bradley Taggart. Will be pleased with his efforts. Here's Dionne. Through a gap, Dionne still going. Newton kicks it on. It's going to be a dropout. Dionne causing problems again for Featherstone Rovers. Through a gap, he got the inside to Newton. It looked like Newton had knocked it on, but in fact it was a kick through from Newton. And Will Sharp, great recovery from his wing to knock the ball dead and force a dropout. 15 minutes left here at the Big Fella Stadium. It's Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 12.
Double interchange for Rovers, number 27 Jack Ormondroyd and number 40 Bradley Tagg, being replaced by number 8 Jordan Baldwinson and number 13 Tim Spears.
Nobody wants that dropout. It's gone all the way to the Haven 40. In the end, it's taken by Greg Wild. Here goes Chapelhow. Gore takes on the line, but is well wrapped up again by Steve Snitch. Newton. Chapelhow again. Gore again. Fumbles it, but keeps hold. The ball again works out wide. The ball again, Whitehaven again almost working the overlap, but again poor execution at the death. Poor execution, not leading to the try.
And our 2015 club partners, Limpack, Taylor Whitney, Big Fella Stadium Boxing Flats, MC Installations, GMB, Foster's, DS Smith, DJ Fencing.
And so Rovers scrum down head and feed on their own 10-metre line. And a penalty for Rovers at the scrum. Not very often you see that nowadays. We're not packing down, so a differential penalty given. Poor discipline from Whitehaven. And that's superb from Cook. From his own 10-metre line, getting Rovers just short of halfway. And here goes Cording. Teasdale, Spears, Cook to Jack Bussey. Collard gets the offload away to Cook, to Hardman, to Snitch. Teasdale Sees a gap and goes through it. Gets a kick through, does he? No, it's a knock on. Head and feed will be to Whitehaven on the 20. But Teesdale has also had a very good match for Rovers today. Caused a lot of problems for Whitehaven from the acting half-back position with some great scoots. So here's Dione from the base of that scrum. But good defence from Rovers though. A again. Here's Tyler Heppy. Gets away. But good defence from Rovers. Down this right hand side come Whitehaven. A penalty though for offside. So Newton with that tap from the penalty finds Gore, and here's Davies. Dione. Almost through a gap, Dione. Has support from Newton. Newton almost away. What a tackle from Rovers. But the touch should just seen something. I thought that was going to be a superb tackle. But the touch judge has seen something, and the physio's on for Rovers. Referee, I think, just explaining the decision there to Tim Spears. Who was Steve Snitch, who was down. And here comes Andy Ellis. And Luke Teasdale goes off. Luke Teasdale's had a great spell for Rovers. But Andy Ellis will see out these last 13 minutes. The penalty is for Whitehaven for a high tackle. Here goes Davies. But good defence from Rovers. Hey. Steps inside, takes on the line, does Dione. Still going, Dione. Rovers scrambling defence just does the job. Here's Gore. Switch of direction for Grant Gore. Puts the kick through. And I think it's Paul Sykes who's dived on the ball. It is, so a try saver from Paul Sykes. And Whitehaven are forced to drop out. Tim Spears just trying to G up the players there, keep the players' spirits lifted. It is a dropout though from Featherstone under the sticks. And there is a dropout from Sykes. Once again, that's a beauty, gets all the way to the Haven 40. Here goes Fox. And Whitehaven start this set on the Featherstone Rovers 40. Here's Burns. He's had a quiet game this afternoon as Jordan Burns. Newton finds A. Through the hands it goes over on that left-hand side of Whitehaven. That's a good run though. And they're up to the Rovers 20 now, centre field. It was Tyler Heppy with the run. Through the hands it goes. Here's Brooks. Newton from Acton half is going for the line. But Rovers able just to keep him out. Sam Brooks waits, it's Acton half back. Right on the Rovers line. That's a shocker of a pass. But I'll tell you something. It was a shocker of a pass, but it's come up somehow. I'm not so sure what's happened then. It was a shocker of a pass from Acton halfback.
He tries for the Whitehaven, number 24, Ted Chapellow.
But the ball keeps on. I think it was by Heppy towards Ted Chapellow. He scored the first try of the day for Whitehaven, and with 10 minutes to go, he scored again. Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 16. And to be honest, I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but Whitehaven will take it. And so Chamberlain with another conversion. Bang in front of sticks, no problem.
Successful conversion there by number 28, Ed Chamberlain. That takes the score to Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 18.
So Whitehaven have got the last couple of tries in this match. 2 tries in the last 15 minutes. One from Grant Gore and one from Ted Chapelhound with 10 minutes left on the clock. Here at the Big Fella Stadium, it's Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 18. Here goes the by Angele. So Whitehaven Davies finds Dion. Through the hands it goes. Newton plays the ball to Davies. Here's Dion again. It's caused a lot of problems for Rovers again this afternoon as Dion. That's the last tackle, says the referee. Rovers fans on the far side wanted a knock on, but that's good positioning from Ian Hardman, and he'll find Kyron Johnson with room to run into. He'll move it on to Will Sharp. Tim Spears now. Ellis finds Will Sharp. Ellis again. Takes on the line himself. There's the last tackle. Jack Bussey in attacking halfback. He'll come inside to Gareth Moore. Moore will put a kick in. Gone for another 40-20, but didn't quite just have the legs on it. Good positional play from Greg Wild to snuff that one out. And it's a good chase from Rovers. And here come Whitehaven now. Whitehaven attacking down this right-hand edge at the moment. A good defence from Rovers, just short of halfway. Davies plays the ball to Newton. Gore finds Thibaut Angele. Newton again to Eye. Eye out the back. Through the hands it goes. With Ed Chamberlain finds Dion again. But that's better defence from Rovers. And here's Angele again. Whitehaven up to the 30 now. Gore. He's going to give that ball some air. Will Sharp underneath it. Hasn't taken it. And Whitehaven are over again. Through Chris Taylor.
The try scorer for Whitehaven, number 21, Chris Taylor.
It was a superb kick from Grant Gore, which Will Sharp wasn't able to deal with. The ball came loose off him, and Chris Taylor able to pick up and go over. So Whitehaven, from being 42 points to 6 down, have rallied in the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes of this match to get it back to 42-24. And Chamberlain should have no trouble with this conversion. Although I did say that about Paul Sykes in the first half, and then he hit the post. But Chamberlain is successful.
Successful conversion by number 28 at Chamberlain. That takes the score to Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 24.
So Chamberlain's conversion successful. Whitehaven back to within 18. Rovers 42, Whitehaven 24 with just under 5 minutes left. Paul Sykes then with this kickoff. That's a great trap. And here come Whitehaven again.
Today's official attendance here at the Big Fella Stadium is 1,107. Thank you very much for your support.
1,107 here this afternoon for the first game of the Championship Shield. Newsom to Grant Gore, through the hands of Davis to Dionai. A moves it out wide on the bounce. It's picked up on that far side on the bounce. Here's Tyler Heppy. Oh, that was a forward pass. On the last tackle, a forward pass. Grant Gore asking the question, but I fancy it drifted more than a couple of yards forward towards this near side and Jacob Burns. So that was on the last tackle, so it will be the turnover. And Rovers start just inside the Whitehaven half. Here's Jordan Baldwinson. It was slipped from what Baldwinson's going. Still going, Baldwinson. That's a great run. Plays the ball to Ellis. Ellis finds Moore just. And there's a penalty for a high tackle. Taylor and Moore. Ellis takes that tap to Jack Bussey. Bussey goes for a gap. Ellis. Here's Tim Spears. Rovers right underneath the sticks. Cook to Ian Hartman over his head. Is Johnston in again on that far side? He's not. Does well to stay in the field of play somehow. And a loose pass there. But it's a knock on. Rovers survived that one.
Today's Rovers man of the match, sponsored by KG Windows, goes to number 36, Paul Cook.
Paul Cook is given the sponsors man of the match. No complaints there from me. I think he's had a good game today, Paul Cook. He's had a good understanding with Gareth Moore in the halves. And he's taken Rovers around the pitch well. Here's Moore now to Sykes. Sykes to Hardman. Hardman tries to step around Grant Gore. Into the last minute. Here's Will Sharp. Ellis finds Moore. Moore kicks early. And surely there, he looked like Ian Hardman was tackled to me without the ball. Rovers' Jack Bussey appeals for a knock on. The clock instead is stopped. Whitehaven have a player down. Looks to be another clash of heads. Started off well for Whitehaven this afternoon. Scoring the first try after just 5 minutes through Ted Chapelhow, which Chamberlain converted for his first goal out of 4. And here are Whitehaven then looking to work out from their own line. Foster pulled Rovers level, or Foster equalled the try count, which Paul Cook couldn't convert, before Jordan Baldwinson went over for his first try for Rovers to get Rovers 2 points in front, again not converted by Paul Cook. And Whitehaven looking to work out from their own line. 4 tries in the end, towards the end of that first half though. 2 from Gareth Moore, then Will Sharp and Jamie Cording, all converted. Johnson able to take that kick superbly. Here's Hardman now. Hardman trying to work through. Sykes from acting half finds Johnson. Johnson to Sharp. Andy Ellis. Bussey from acting halfback. That's quick thinking. Still going, Jack Bussey. Once again, though, a loose pass. And I'm not sure if this is classed as a free play or not. And here are Whitehaven attacking down that left-hand edge. It's an ankle tap though, moves the ball back in. It's still all on. That's fantastic. I think, that might be a Chamberlain. Ed Chamberlain after the hooter throws an outrageous dummy. And is able to go under the sticks.
Number 28, Ed Chamberlain.
And he is going to convert this. He's probably been their man of the match. He's had a good game with the booters, Chamberlain. So it was Rovers were in control at half time by 32 points to 6. In the second half, a try from Kyron Johnson, his first for Rovers, not converted by Sykes, stretched the half-time lead out to 36-6. Matt James went over then for Rovers to make it 42. Then tries from Whitehaven for Grant Gore, pulled it back to 12 points. Then Ted Chapelhow out to 42-18. Then 2 further tries in the last 10 minutes. 1 from Chris Taylor, converted by Chamberlain. Then Chamberlain throwing an outrageous dummy after the hooter. Or to go under the sticks, converted again himself. 1,107 here at the Big Fella Stadium. And the final score here in the Kingston Press Championship Shield is Featherstone Rovers 42, Whitehaven 30. John, the proverbial game of two halves, but Rovers in the end victorious.
Yeah, we played lots of really good stuff, I thought, in the first half, and then second half we conceded some freakish tries, really, but we're very much a team, a new team that are on the mend, on recovery, really. I think it's about 4 games since we've had a win, and thought today we'd seen a team that was vastly improved from a fortnight earlier when we played Whitehaven. It was certainly with the ball. I thought we were a really good attacking threat. I thought we played a lot of really good stuff and played aggressively with the ball. I thought we threw a lot at them and created lots of chances. I mean, I think we scored 42. Could have probably had a few more than that, but again, it's defensively at 42 points to 6 up. We should put that team to the sword, and we're not in a place yet where we can do that, but we are improving. I thought we were really good today in large parts. The 80 minutes is an issue. Fitness levels is clearly something that we need to address, but it's pretty difficult when you come into the back end of the season getting some fitness work back into the players when they need the energy to play.
32-6 at half-time, we had a comfortable lead. What did you say to the players at half-time?
That's gone, the half's gone, that's it, done and dusted. We've set ourselves some goals in this period, in this competition, and we discussed the goals that we'd set, and it was very much about starting all over again. The half had gone, there's nothing other than let's get ourselves ready to play again. We were aggressive right from the very start. We spoke about we got dominated and bullied by them 2 weeks ago, certainly in the forwards, and we went out and started really aggressively, and I wanted that same attitude the second half. I wanted players running hard, looking to break the line, and I wanted players to hit hard and force errors, and they did that, and I thought they started the second half that way as well, forcing errors on 2 of their first sets. So yeah, we got rolling, we got going, and just slackened a little bit. They jagged a couple of freakish tries as a bouncing ball and go straight into the hand of one of their players, and they ran 60 metres, and then the other one was it was a kick, wasn't it? A bit of a hack on, and it's come off the side of someone's boot and landed in someone's hand, and they've gone over again, and then all of a sudden the frailties of what we've had almost started to crawl back in, but we managed to get there in the end. Didn't like how we finished. Spoke to the players about it. The players' attitudes afterwards in the dressing rooms were great. I didn't walk into didn't look like a winner's dressing room anyway. It looked very much like a group of players that were disappointed with how they finished the game and never mind winning, which for me is manna from heaven. It's great for me that I can walk into a dressing room where we've won and the players are disappointed, which is something I'm really pleased about, because that's what I'm trying to work on, an attitude where we expect a lot of ourselves.
First victory for you as Rovers coach as well. I mean, you've had a difficult end to the season, but it must be nice to get that win to kick off this playoff series, and we're now in the semi-finals, but do you want me wanting the players to look at it like that? We're wanting wins going week on week on.
The win for me is, it's not even in my mindset. The performance and the players playing well and enjoying working with each other is a key for me, and I thought we saw that today. The semi-final stuff after one win's not really on the radar for us either. It's very much about we need to improve, we need to get better, we need to build momentum till the end of the year, and we want to finish the season off strong and give our fans something to cheer about and enjoy watching. It's also about building momentum and energy and laying down the foundations for the following season.
I spoke to you before the match about the threat their halfbacks caused, Dion Nye and Grant Gore. How were you pleased with the way that we dealt with them today?
Yeah, we spoke, didn't we, about their forwards dominated ours a fortnight ago and played extremely well and got over the top of us and gave their halves a really good platform to play. This week, I thought we were really aggressive. I thought our attitude by our middles, our front rows in particular, were tenacious. Some of the hits that went in, Bussy in particular, I thought was very aggressive. I chose him as a front row because I thought he'd be a little bit different to what they're used to dealing with, and probably wouldn't expect Bussy to start up. picked a young kid called Knowles on the bench who came in and brought lots of energy and was also very aggressive. So, we're really happy with the forwards and how they laid the platform, because ultimately I thought Gareth Moore and I thought Paul Cook were great today because they played off the back of a team that was, or a forward pack that was dominating and very aggressive.
What's the news on the injury front within the club? Obviously, you've talked about Bradley Knowles' tag coming in today. Rovers have a lot of injuries. What's the news on that front?
Nothing's changed from last week, really. We've got a couple of wingmen in Blackmore and Hitchcock who are carrying injuries and have not been able to train. Blackmore just started at the back end of the week to practice, but Hitchcock's not. Wood's got a bit of a facial injury, so he's going to be a little while. Teasdale's picked up a knock on his knee today and had to leave the field early, which is a concern. And Matt James has picked up a dead leg, but hopefully that should be right. We didn't put him back on or risk further injury in it.
You mentioned briefly there the half-back partnership of Paul Cook and Gareth Moore. How do you think they went in general today?
I thought they were excellent. I really did. I thought they were aggressive in their actions. I thought they ran the ball well. I asked them to run the ball a little bit more than what they've done in the past, and I think by them running, I thought that created opportunities for Ian Hardman at the back and Foster and Sykes in the centres, and scored some really good tries off the back of 6 and 7 working and playing well together.
Looking ahead now, we've got Doncaster next week. We're beating them twice this season, but looking to keep this momentum going forward.
Momentum's the key. Whether it's in games like we had it today and then lost it, we need to keep momentum. We need to keep form. We need to keep building pressure on ourselves in practice. We need to improve in practice, which is something that's pretty new to these blokes. The expectancy of perfect practice is something that they're not used to, but they're getting to grips with it and understanding what we expect from each other. Doncaster or whoever we play, it's about us. It's about us building some momentum. It's about picking the right team, the players executing and training well, and going with the right attitude.
Rovers played today for 50 minutes, well, probably 50, maybe 55 minutes, and then fitness came into the game. Do you think towards the end?
I think that you can say it's fitness. I think it can be clearly that, can't it, when you're conceding late on. I thought they tried and tried to offload and played some freakish stuff, and we spoke and sent messages down about be ready for the offloading game and for the early kicks, and we just didn't handle the offloads well. I thought their 6 came into the game when they were playing on the front foot. They had a string of penalties against us, and I think that they had momentum, but the focus for me is very much on this team's come from 29-0 down to win a game and score 40 odd points, and I think credit needs to be given to the blokes and how hard they've worked over the last 2 weeks.
John, thanks for your time.
Thank you.